I'm Chrissy,
And I'm Michelle,
and this is the Morally Grayscale.
where we talk all things bookishly gray.
If you notice, we are back in our home studio.
We're back.
Yay! Kind of sad, actually. I was having fun on the cruise.
Yeah, we definitely had a good time.
Yeah. I read 5 books.
I read 2? 3?
3? Yeah. Because you did, on the drive, you got Dungeon Crawler Carl read.
It's a mouthful. It is a mouthful, but it's definitely worth a read.
Yes. I need to listen. I've heard to listen to it.
Yes.
I've heard it's better
Yes.
if you listen.
Yes.
Okay, I need to listen to it. That might be one of my next. Well, we'll talk about it later. But I have to keep the deck empty right now. I'm clearing the deck, so I can't start anything new right now.
Yeah.
So, but we'll talk about that later.
You'll love Princess Donut.
I'm so excited. I love cats. You know, I love cats.
Yep.
So I'm ready for Princess Donut.
Princess Donut is peak character.
I'm so ready.
The narrator is Jeff Hayes.
Okay.
I had to look that up. I forgot to tell. I had to look it up for somebody at work.
And you forgot to tell
and
them.
I forgot to tell them.
I've never. What do you know? What else he's done? Anything popular?
Very similar to Dungeon Crawler Carl.
I haven't heard of him before.
But I mean, he does amazing. Like at points, I forget that there's only one narrator.
That's awesome.
And it's so good.
That's so rare, especially with male narrators. I feel like that's kind of rare with male narrators who can do different voices really well. I feel like females do it a little bit better. Maybe I just like female narrators better. I don't
definitely like female narrators better.
Male voices are just hard to listen to. They grate on me. So.
T.
That's not digging at anybody. But okay, I like those really deep voices they are hard for me to hear.
Yeah.
Especially at 3x speed. Those voices are so hard. And I listen to audiobooks at 3x speed. So if you have a really deep voice, I don't know what you're saying. And I have to slow it down, and then I hate slowing books down.
Yeah.
Okay, book talk drama?
Book talk drama.
Ooh, we have some it's kind of spicy.
We have a couple topics.
The second one I think is more spicy.
And we got a spicy one.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with Britt and her books. First of all, I support you so much. I love you, Britt.
Probably one of my favorite TikTok creators.
Yeah, I love her book talks. She's the one, if you don't know who she is, I'm sure you have seen her on Book Talk. She's the one with the whiteboard, and my recent favorite one is she was like, "Hills I will die on," and it's like her legs are like, have you seen it? Like how she's just like spread eagle and her legs like fucking broken or whatever. I think that's so funny. Okay, but she's being dragged because she said that don't look up your favorite male narrators. And I agree with her. Don't
Support that.
Yeah, fully. And for some reason, people started completely dragging her. And there's one specifically, I can't think of her name, but she was like the main one at first. That she was like, "Hey," she told her friend, she's like, "Hey, did you see this?" She said, "Don't look you like that you're ugly." And he was like, "When did she say my name?" "Oh, she didn't." And he was like, "Oh, so you think I'm ugly?" Essentially. And that's how it kind of read, like, in my opinion, at least.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then the Teddy Hamilton thing.
So good. Teddy Hamilton has come out essentially being like, "Yeah, I'm kind of facially challenged."
Which is kind of hilarious because Teddy Hamilton does phenomenally with any character he is given and reads.
One of my favorite male narrators, for sure.
And for him to be, like I get it, facially challenged. Yeah. I gotta, face for radio.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And I don't think Teddy Hamilton's like ugly or anything. He's like nerdy cute, but he's not like, he does these like, who I think like big broody characters or whatever. And he's just not, he doesn't look like that.
He just doesn't look like what is described.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean,
which is okay.
None of them do.
No.
So, yeah.
Don't look up your favorite male narrators. If you have a specific look in your head, let that look stay. If you want to know because you're curious, look them up. Yeah. Whatever. I also like, and other people have said this before also, so I don't know why Britt in her books specifically is being dragged. Because this is like a well talked about thing in the book community, like especially audio listeners. Just don't look up your favorite male narrators. But Britt in her book also is the one that was saying with the female authors, the ones that write super spicy books, she's like, why does it look like they're just going to bake you a tray of muffins?
They do. bake you some cookies. these female authors that write the darkest and smuttiest and spiciest scenes.
Yeah.
They just look so innocent.
They do. Oh, except H.T. Carlton.
Yeah.
No, she looks like she's gonna write some spice.
And she writes some...
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. She writes some darkness, that's for sure.
No thank you.
Yeah.
I support you. But she looks like she would write that also.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, funny.
Speaking of darkness, gonna skip on over
go on
to
over.
the other topic. And
try not to, like, kill somebody during this
yeah,
topic.
Yeah. This is, the author has tried to sell it as a dark romance, and it is nothing of the sort of a dark romance. In fact, as somebody that is pretty heavy into the dark romance community, I abhor the topic of this book. And it's The Daddy's Little Toy by Tori Woods.
Just the name of it.
It has been taken down from Amazon. It's no longer available. You cannot get it.
Goodreads took it down.
TikTok did what it should have done and has immediately shut down the process of this book. The author has been arrested, and her hearing is on March 31st. For those of you that don't know what this book, we're going to just shorthand it to DLT, is about. It is about a man who is sexualizing a 3-year-old and waits until she is 18 to start engaging.
Nothing happened until she was 18.
Yeah. Very much a grooming situation, very much a illegal type situation going on, and it is just absolutely wild, as well as the fact that this Tori Woods is a pen name for Lauren Ashley. She's a published author. She's had a few other books out, and it's just it's actually a little crazy that it's was marketed this way. And on top of that, she is a marketing executive for a religious charity in Australia. The religious charity, I'm going to get my phone because there's a lot to read here. The religious charity has come out and said that she has been, stood down effectively, and they're doing their own internal investigation at this point, and that they focus on upholding their values and integrity of their organization. She has been charged with possessing child abuse material, disseminating child abuse material, and producing child abuse material. Her hearing, again, is on March 31st. She did put out an apology, kind of, where she said, "Hi, everyone. I think there's been a huge misunderstanding."
You fucking think?
It's not a misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding. DLT is definitely not promoting or inciting anything ever to do with CSA or being a pedo. What is being said is grossly disturbing and breaks my heart, as well as makes me sick. Maybe don't read it. Maybe don't write it. Definitely don't read it.
Definitely don't. You can't read it now, thank God.
Don't write it. DLT is in an all caps, fictional. And
that makes it better.
Yeah. Making it up is totally okay.
Yeah, now it's okay because
Yeah.
it actually happened, so now it's okay.
Right. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
And meant to represent the DDLG world, which I'm sure they really love the fact that you're highlighting that. I'm sure they really love it. They don't. I understand where I went wrong, and that's why I had it removed. What happened between these characters, yes, started at a young age. You really think 3 is a young age? That's a toddler. No intercourse happened while she was young. Doesn't matter. Yes, there were thoughts, and I can see how that is frowned upon.
You can see how it's frowned upon that you were thinking about a toddler. You can see how that's frowned upon.
Not that it's wrong.
You can see how it's frowned
That
upon.
it's frowned upon.
I'm sorry. If anybody ever thinks about my toddler like that, I will.
Yeah. I'll help you hide the body.
Thank you.
Nothing happened like that until she was of age. Don't care. I know nothing I say is going to change or fix what I've written. Darn tootin'.
Right.
Darn tootin'. She goes on to talk about 3 people that have been caught in the crossfire and is trying to take some of the heat off of them. Then at one point towards the end of this, she goes, I am so sorry that I wasn't who I said I was, because of her new pen name. And I am so sorry for the content in my book, and I'm even more sorry that this was missed as a trigger warning. So it wasn't even listed as a trigger warning.
Wait, so she had trigger warnings and pedophilia wasn't listed? Cool. Great.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yep.
Sarcasm.
I will be removing myself from the book community, as you should. If I ever get back to writing, as you should not, I will not hide who it is. Please don't, because nobody is ever going to support you. And I will make sure the people I work with know the full content of my books. You should just never write. Ever. Again.
Actually, she can just stay in jail for all I care.
Yeah. Luckily, the country of Australia takes crimes against children extremely seriously.
As they should.
So I will be looking forward to hearing what her punishment will be.
I'm actually very curious. And that's only...
It's only a few days away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the 26th. As of the time of recording.
Yeah. Yep. So I absolutely can't believe, like, yes, she says sorry, but it's...
Does she? I'm sorry that you felt that way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that it was misunderstood.
Yeah. And I'm sorry that I forgot to put it as a trigger. No, it should just be, I'm sorry I was wrong.
Yeah.
This should never have happened.
I was trying to write a taboo romance and didn't know how to write a taboo romance.
Right.
And because there are, you know, dad's best friends and an 18, 19-year-old, and they don't see them for a couple years, and they see them and they're 19. And they're like, oh my God, she got attractive or something. And while that's not like really my cup of tea, I don't ultimately think that's wrong.
I mean, there's like ex-boyfriend's dad's best friend, you know, stuff like that.
But
like,
most of the stuff happens
where it's
as
a large age gap,
Yeah.
but it's sexualization of an adult.
Yes.
And that is fine.
Yeah.
But and I think there was a quote in the book about something about how she used to look at him when she was 3 years old. And that is absolutely insane. And the cover of the book is a baby pink wall with block letters for children. It's 100%. And, like, you produced this. You sent this out to ARC readers, and the ARC readers were like, what is this?
Yeah, somebody on TikTok I saw was like, how did this get through publishers and this and this? And I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure she self-published. And then in the comments it did say that she self-published. Or, in fact, I think one person even said that a publisher looked at it and said, you need to change this. And she was like, nope.
Yeah.
And pushed it out anyways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She mentioned something like that in her apology where some comments had been made to her and she chose to ignore them.
Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't have ignored them.
Maybe
you shouldn't have written that.
Yeah.
Ooh, her dedication. Also.
Oh, yeah, and apparently her dedication was to her daughters because she'll never look at them the same.
Her daughter, one of them's 5. I know that.
3 and 5. Crazy, right? Crazy, right? I can't even fathom.
No.
Like, I don't want children, but I can't fathom if I had a child and wrote something so disgustingly vile
Yeah.
and then had the audacity to dedicate it
Yeah.
to them, no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
All right, you want to go into new releases?
Yes.
Okay, so Lauren Roberts has the third and I think final book in the trilogy coming out, Fearless. It comes out April. I have read Powerless and Reckless and Powerful, which is like a novella in the series. I have read them. Maybe it was just because I wasn't in the right headspace for it, but I did not. They are not my favorite books, but I know they are super popular on Book Talk. They are very YA, which I'm good with YA, but it just was very, it read like Red Queen to me. I like Red Queen, but it was like, almost seemed a little unoriginal to me. I will be reading Fearless just to kind of see. I like Powerless.
Yeah.
I did not like Reckless. So I'm hoping Fearless kind of.
I feel like that's a popular opinion that I've seen, though.
Yeah.
That people liked Powerless, but they haven't liked Reckless, and
Yeah.
they're a little scared for this one.
Yeah. I will be reading it.
Yeah.
I might not read it like at release, but because I want to read the first two again just to see, like, because when you read a book, you kind of have to be in a certain headspace. Like if you're having something in life or something, and it could affect I think how you feel about a book.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened with this book.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try again with an open mind because I'm much better and we're happy now. So my little brain is good.
Speaking of happy, I know you're excited.
I'm so excited.
I, too, am excited because I have finally read this author.
Yay!
And I loved Part of Your World.
So good.
So, Abby Jimenez is coming out with Say You'll Remember Me in just a few days on April 1st. And super excited. I know you don't like to try and read what it's about, so I'm not going to tell you.
No, I've read what it's about. When I read, if I know it's a good author, like Abby Jimenez, Emily Henry, Ali Hazelwood, I typically try to go in blind just because I know, like, I'm going to like the writing style. Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Yep.
There's a list of them, but I guess those were more fictional books, not like romantasy or whatever. But those, I don't read I know I'm going to like them.
Yeah.
I'm going to read it anyways.
Yeah.
And I like to go in blind and kind of be surprised a little bit. But I did read the premise of this, and it sounds so good.
It does.
It sounds so good.
It sounds really good.
Yep. Okay, which I think really leads us into our topic for today, which is going to be star ratings and our individual star ratings. And I'm not going to say Abby Jimenez is necessarily an automatic 5-star read, because I give each book a chance, or like I give each book what it's due. But Abby Jimenez is an automatic 5-star read for me. Like she is.
That's Emily Henry for me. I love Emily Henry.
Emily Henry. I wouldn't necessarily say Ali Hazelwood. I've given her book, Bride. I gave that book like 3 stars or something. But normally I give her 4 or 5. Yeah. But she is an automatic read author for me. I'm trying to think of like every time that I read one of their books, I'm like banger after banger. And those are my top 2 that I can think of right now, off the top of my head.
Bryn Weaver is one for me as well. I'm automatically going to read it.
Yep. Rachel Gillig is turning into one for me.
Rachel Gillig is 100% an automatic read for me. Shepherd King is a...
Yeah. So do you want to explain how your 5-star ratings work? You can start that off, like how your 5-star, like what are your 5-star books? What do you...
Sure, I can start it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
So 5 stars for me is like utter perfection. You pull some type of emotion out of me, whether it's happiness, love, joy, anger, whatever it is. You pull some type of emotion out of me. The writing style is great. The plot is plotting. There's a twist in there I'm not able to predict. And even if I am able to predict it, if it's still done well, we're there. These are books I will always recommend, except for one. There is one book I rated 5 stars because it made me sob, which automatically, if you get me to cry, and I'm not talking like my eyes well and I get sad, I'm talking if you have tears coming out of my eyeballs, which is really hard to do. Automatically 5 stars. But this book, I cannot go in and recommend it to people, and that is Under Your Scars. But because I said that it made me sob, she now is reading it. And
I love emotional books, so I want to cry also.
yeah, but I can't go in and recommend this book out of my heart. And it's a good story. But man, it wrecked me. And
I know, I'm so ready to be wrecked. I'm so ready. Until I like message you and I'm like, why did you tell me to read this? And
I
you
did it.
You did it.
oh man, but yeah, so if you do that, you get me to cry automatically, or if you get me to laugh, like hysterically laugh, like Dungeon Crawler Carl
It's
does.
a mouthful.
It is a mouthful. Automatically 5-star read. Basically, if you get me kicking, squealing, any type of actual action coming out of my body, you're getting 5 stars.
Which, okay, so Spark of the Everflame.
Yeah.
That was, both of us, we love the first book, but then I feel like that series, we could talk about that later, about
Yeah.
books that start going down. Okay, 5 stars for me are a little bit different, like sometimes the writing. One of them for me is, 5 Broken Blades. That's a 5-star read for me, just because it got me out of a book slump, and I think, like, I just loved the plot. The plot was plotty. I do not think that was a 5-star writing. I'm so sorry. I think it's closer to, like, 3-star writing.
Mm-hmm.
But the plot was so good to me, and I was with it the entire time, and I wanted to know what was happening next, and I was, like, on the edge of my seat. I finished that book in, like, less than 24 hours. I was super into that book, and it got me out of a huge reading slump as well. Also, other 5-star books. Ooh. And that, okay, so also not every one of my 5-star books are books that I will take no criticism on. You can, like, if you tell me that you don't like 5 Broken Blades, I'm going to be like, okay, good for you. Like, I can see why, honestly. Mm-hmm. But book that I will take no criticism on, well, the whole series as a whole, Throne of Glass. But if you're like, yeah, books 1, 2, and 3 weren't great, I'd be like, fair enough. But if we start getting into books 4 and 5, especially Empire of Storms, and you're like, yeah, that was a trash book, I'm going to be like, please end your statement there. You're entitled to your own, but I don't want to hear about it. We don't need to talk about it any further.
Yep. You can tell me you don't like it, but that's all I need to know. And I will walk away.
Yep. And I don't want to say, like, 5... I don't know. It's almost kind of random how I give 5 stars. Like, Harry Potter, all those books have 5 stars to me, but that's more like, they're nostalgic to me. Brandon Sanderson, pretty much all his books are 5 stars to me, but his writing is just so phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And the storytelling is phenomenal. So it's kind of like I'm very vibey with who I'm giving 5 stars to.
I will preface this. We are both vibe readers.
We are.
We very much... I rate some books 5 stars that people are like, you gave that 5 stars? And I'm like, yeah.
Because it was good.
Because I liked
the
it.
vibes.
I vibed with it.
They're like, what about this plot hole? I'm like...
What plot hole?
There's no plot hole.
I saw nothing.
Right. It was perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, but with that also, you have it over on your shelf, the Mindfuck series. Yep. That is a 5-star series, and if she had written it as one book, I would have given it 5 stars, but since it's 5 individual books, I've given each book 4 stars.
Yes.
But, because each book does not deserve 5 stars, but the whole series did, and that's a 5-star series to me. It was such a good series.
Very good.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah. I wish there was more.
Yeah. Speaking of 4-star books, my 4 stars, it's going to be similar to 5-star. There's something minor that's just getting me to hold back on it. I'm still going to recommend it. I'm still going to say it's a great book. I'm still going to be like, the vibes were vibing, the plot was plotting, but like, maybe the predictable twist just wasn't super well done.
It didn't hit as hard or something.
Yeah. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this was great, but like, I don't know, maybe it just didn't make me feel as much as I wanted it to make me feel.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, still great books. I'm still going to come in. I'm going to be like, you should read it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Give it a chance.
Also recommend it.
Yeah. Unless it's something I know you won't like, and then I'll be like,
right. Yeah, that's fair.
Know.
I think my 4-star, if you go onto my Goodreads, we'll link our Goodreads in our description this time as well. So go follow us on Goodreads.
I do give a lot of 4 stars.
I'm a chronic 4-star.
Yes.
I'm really bad. And I've actually tried to be a little bit better. But 4 stars is like my comfort stars where that's where I rank everything. In fact, I don't like Tower of Dawn. Everything's going to go back to Throne of Glass again because I just finished the series again. So, it's just in my brain. But Tower of Dawn is one of my least favorite books in that series. And it's still a 4-star read to me. Like, it's still good enough to be 4 stars. Same thing with Throne of Glass. Like, Crown of Midnight I gave 4 stars to. Yeah. And that's my least favorite. That is my least favorite in that series. Yeah. It's Crown of Midnight. Yeah. But that whole series is a 5-star series. What else would I give 4 stars to? I don't know.
Leather and Lark.
Ooh. Yep.
Butcher and Blackbird, 5.
I actually think I gave Leather and Lark 3.
I can see that.
I don't remember. I'm going to have to go look at my Goodreads where you should follow us.
Yeah. But yeah, I gave Butcher and Blackbird 5. I love Butcher and Blackbird. It is chef's kiss. It is done phenomenally. I love it. Leather and Lark slipped a little bit for me. Mm-hmm. Scythe and Sparrow, I also rated it 4.
But like a higher 4.
But it's like a higher 4.
I wish Goodreads let you do quarter-star ratings. I've said that multiple times. Storygraph, I use Storygraph a lot, and it does let you do quarter-star ratings, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Because, I'm going to rate 2 books 4 stars, and they're not like, not all 4 stars are created equally.
That is true.
That is very true. I'll round a 3.5 up to 4, and I'll round a 4.5 down to 4.
Yeah.
And that's like a whole star away from each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And sometimes I'll round like a 3.5 to a 3.
Yeah.
It just depends on like
the vibe.
Yeah. It's all about the vibes.
It is about the vibes. Okay, for me, 3 stars is, you would think it would be average, right? But if I rated you 3 stars, I probably won't reread it. I'm probably not a huge fan of it. Mm-hmm. It's like, I guess it was okay. I can see why people like it. But if I give you 3 stars, I probably didn't like it that much. It was like okay to me.
Yeah. And
we'll talk about it later. There's a very popular book out right now that I am about to give 3 stars to. We'll talk about that later. But I don't give a lot of 3 stars. Actually, I think I did last year. I was giving everything 3 stars. But it wasn't necessarily a book slump. It was like nothing that I read was hitting. And it was like whiny characters or whatever. Books that I typically actually would normally probably give higher stars. That's why I'm saying I need to reread some of these books. But I was giving a lot of books 3 stars last year. But they're just like very mid to me. Like, I would say average, but like slightly below average.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your 3 star?
I would say my 3 star is very similar. Mm-hmm. Like, it was okay. I read it. Don't need to read it again. It didn't pull any emotion out of me. Mm-hmm. I didn't say, wow, that was a great book. Mm-hmm. I probably won't recommend it to people unless I know for a fact, like, that's the type of book that they're into.
Fair.
I will say, like, a lot of the horror books that I read, I end up rating like a 3, unless it's done very, very well. Intercepts, TJ Payne, 5 stars, phenomenal, great. Anathema, Nick Roberts, great, 5 stars. Brother by Anaya, don't remember her last name.
I believe you.
3 stars. It was very mid. It was just like...
It was there. It happened. I read it.
Yeah. And
I mean, I didn't DNF it,
Yeah.
I made it through.
Like, it was okay.
Yep. Swallow Your Fear, I gave it 3 stars. I didn't dislike it. I just, like... We knew that it wasn't my type of book.
You rated it higher than I thought you would, to be honest.
Did you think I would give it 2?
Yeah.
Oh.
I really thought you were going to hate it.
No, I mean, it was 3. It was a book. They were fucking on page 60, but it was a book. You did not tell me it was a slow burn, and I was not expecting a slow burn.
I did not tell you it was a slow burn.
It was only 200 and some pages. I should have expected it into double digits, but I'm not used to double digit fucking.
The text message I got from you, well, especially because you went from Wild Love, where it was like 50% of the way through the book.
Before they kissed.
To page 60. Yeah. But and I will say I do actually give a lot of my dark romances
You do
3 stars.
Yeah.
And it's not because they're not good, it's just they're not great.
Yeah.
3 and 4 stars is where I'm going to hit most of my dark romances at.
You were reading for the vibes, and the vibe was exactly where you probably thought it was going to be.
And that's what it is. It's like, I know what I'm going to get, and
it gave me exactly what I wanted.
It gave me what I wanted.
Yep.
And there we are.
I feel that.
Yeah.
What are your 2-star books?
2-star is... It's rare from me, to be honest.
No, same.
It's very rare. 2-star is like, this was not a good book. This... Like, I didn't DNF it. I did it justice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought that it earned the ability for me to finish it.
Okay.
But I didn't like it.
Okay. No, I feel that. My 2-star books... Actually, I think I rage finished the series. Was it the Ravenhood series? Flog, all those.
And I really like that series.
I gave it 2 stars.
It made me... So, the second book did make me cry, but I think I maybe rated it like a 3 or a 4.
If I cried, it was because I hated it so much and I wanted it to be over.
Yeah.
But that was a 2-star read for me. I very rarely give 2 stars. Like, very rarely. And it is one of those, like, I finished it because I rage finished it. Mm-hmm. And I'm only here because I have to be. And honestly, I gave Flock, which is the first one, right? Flock is the first one? I gave that 2 stars. I should just finish the series. But at that point, I was like...
Oh, you would have hated Finish Line.
I know I finished it. I finished the series.
Oh, okay.
I read all of them. And I shouldn't have. That's what I'm saying. Like, I gave Flock 2 stars. I shouldn't have kept going. But I did.
Yeah, why did you?
Because I think I was rage reading. I literally was just like, I'm going to read this and I'm going to finish it. Because I am. For no other reason. I really think I rage read that.
Oh my gosh.
Because I hated all of them. I gave all of them 2 stars.
You saw the title Finish Line and you were like, I gotta get there.
I was like, I'm not a quitter. And actually, okay, so that was also 3-4 years ago that I read that. Maybe more.
Yeah.
And I was not a DNFer back then. That is one of the series that helped me become a DNFer. Because now I would be in the middle of Flock or finish Flock and be like, I don't need to finish this series. And I've realized my time is more valuable now. Mm-hmm. And I will DNF now. And normally when I DNF, it's an accidental DNF because I'm like in the middle of something. I'm like, I'm kind of into this, kind of not. And they aren't typically like I DNF'd dragons. Really popular. When the Moon Hatched. The brain fog is brain foggy.
I haven't even read it yet, so like, well, I couldn't even help you.
I got 250 pages into it, and I was not disliking this book. I enjoyed it for the most part, but I think something else came out during it, and I was like, oh, I have to read that. So then it got DNF'd, and it was more accidental DNF, but beforehand I would run back to it, but I was like, I wasn't enjoying it enough to run back right then. I'm like, also the next one doesn't come out till 2026. Yeah. And I was like...
That's why I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, wait.
I have it.
Yeah, I own it. I actually own like 2 copies of it because I have a special edition also.
Yeah, it's sitting on my bookshelf waiting, but...
So, and then if I DNF, I don't rate it at all. So you won't... Actually, I don't think I've ever given a book 1 star. Ever. I don't think I've never given a book 1 star. Because if I DNF it, I will not rate it. Because I don't think it's fair of me to have not finished it and give it 1 star.
So I have gotten there. I've gotten to that point. I think there was like one book I DNF'd and I gave it 2 stars because I was like, this is rip-off Resand. If you like it, you like it, right? But if if I don't finish it and I've read like half of it, I'll give it 1 star.
I think that's fair. I normally can DNF before. I just typically end up DNFing before the halfway mark. And I don't think I've given it enough chance to be like, hey, I'm going to rate this.
Yeah.
But, and also if I make it to halfway, I'm going to rage finish that book.
Nope.
So, I can only DNF if I'm at like 20-25%. And then there's some books that people are like, oh, you have to make it to halfway. Which, personally, I know I hate saying that because I even say that with Throne of Glass. You have to make it to the 3rd or 4th book. And then it starts getting good. And it kind of sucks because you're like, hey, you have to read 2 mid books and then it's going to get great.
But they're not long.
They aren't long. And they're fast to read.
If they were long books,
yeah,
I would actually be really mad at you.
Yeah. That's fair.
But, I mean, they're sub 500 pages.
Yeah, they're sub like 400.
So...
They are, and they're quick. Yeah. They're really quick reads.
Well...
On top of that, they were really quick reads for me. And I don't dislike, I don't love book 2, but I don't dislike 1 at all. Like, it's just, you could tell she was young when she wrote it.
Yeah, I mean, 1, I liked 1. 2, I struggle bust through it.
It's a little bit
until the end.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we got some theories going.
Yep.
And then 3, it slowed way the fuck back down until the end.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay.
I feel that.
Okay. And then 4, it just skyrocketed.
Right.
So
good.
Yeah.
But no, if I get to 25% of a book, that's kind of where my deciding, unless people are saying you have to get to 50%, which again, I don't love saying that to people, but I don't, like, I understand, like, some books just get better in the second half.
Yeah.
So if someone's like, you have to get to this point, and I get to that point, I'm like, this still sucks, and I'm over 50%, I'm just going to finish the book at that point. Yeah. You're probably just going to get, like, 3 stars out of me. So.
Speaking of just getting 3 stars out of you, I think this book is also only gonna get 3 stars out of me, unless in the last 4 chapters,
which is where everybody's crying.
It makes me sob.
Right.
Like, it is making everybody else sob.
I don't know if it'll raise it that high for me, though, because the rest of the book sucks.
I wouldn't say it sucks.
I would.
It's just not...
I had higher expectations.
Giving what I wanted it to give, and it's not hitting the marks that people are making it, like, on social media. Sunrise on the Reaping. I'm just gonna...
That's what we're talking about.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I have 30 minutes left on Audible, and you have... So I'm like, I'm right at the end.
Yeah. I'm on chapter 17, and I'm like, we just got to the games. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, bro, please get better.
Yeah.
Because it's not giving me what I want it to give. Mm-hmm. And I get it. Like, it's the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Literally. This book is the Hunger Games. Like, Hey Mitch is Katniss.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And this book on social media is actually kind of irritating me a little bit, because there are people that are saying, hey, if you don't like it, then you're dumb, or you don't understand the plot, or you voted for XYZ person,
or you don't get it.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, I get it. I understand what they're trying to say. And right, we got it. I got it in Hunger Games. I got it in Catching Fire. I got it in Mockingjay.
Yeah.
So you're just telling me again.
Yeah. It's like, I don't think you get it.
You're right.
Like, if you're just now getting it, and
then you didn't get it.
Sunrise on the Reaping, like, I don't think you're getting it.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire series, because it's like,
and it's not like it's not a bad book. It's not.
It's not.
But we also know what happened with, and people are crying in the last 4 chapters. Like, we know who dies in the last 4 chapters because we've read the other books, so we know. And like, I'm not going to give the spoilers, but we know people die.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So I guess I'm just like, what? Why are we like? I mean, and people are bawling in the first like 4 chapters when he gets reaped and everything. And I don't.
I do
to
think,
me, I don't get it.
I don't understand as much of a sob as that's happening.
Yeah.
Like, Under Your Scars, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And the whole time I was reading, I was like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand.
And maybe that does happen with Sunrise in the last 4 chapters.
And
maybe
could.
It will.
It could.
So maybe
but I don't get it for the first part.
Yeah.
Like, why are you surprised that that's how Haymitch...
If you see an edit at the very end of this video with us sobbing, going, just kidding, we understand now. Like,
3 days later.
Yeah.
We're sobbing.
Yeah. But I, at this point, do not think that I will get there. And even if I am sobbing at the end, if anything, it would go up to maybe a 4-star.
Yeah.
But it won't go to a 5-star for me. Right now, it is sitting comfortably at 3. Maisie Lee is pretty much the only reason that it's like I would possibly give it 4 stars because I love her. She is carrying this for me. Yeah. Not Haymitch.
Yeah.
Haymitch is not carrying this for me.
I think it too. Like Haymitch in the original Hunger Games, like she is sticking true to his character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she's doing well with how Haymitch is written.
100%.
And don't get me like I'm not here to hate on.
Yeah.
The book, like the book, it's not a bad book.
It's not a bad book. And I understand the comparison to Katniss though, because I think he saw himself in Katniss back then also. So I can see how we're like, oh, it's Haymitch 0.5. Yeah, or Katniss 0.5. And I'm like, well, yeah, it is. Yeah. Because it is. So.
But it's so.
But I guess we could have had more.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Like white liquor versus illegal meat. Like,
right.
And it's just, it's one of those things where it's like. I get that it's hard to write things. Like I've tried starting multiple writing adventures.
Think you should continue though. You're so good.
It's hard. It's not bad. It's just not the original. It's not an original story I was hoping for.
Yeah,
and it's not me saying I don't get it because I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. President Snow is evil. Like I get it.
And I think even with the reaping and people are saying like they're bawling over it. I'm like, no, that's. Right, it's a piece like they're corrupt.
Yeah,
that's like they are corrupt.
This government, like this government, literally is segregating people and based off of class and money and resources. Like
and
we get it.
12 is looked down upon extra. Like we understand. Yeah. I get it.
We get it.
I still don't like it. I don't. And that's the other thing. Like people talking. If you don't like this book. Then, you're a piece of crap. No, we can have a different opinion.
Yeah, differing opinions are very real.
Yeah, and I don't think, like, if you love this book, I'm so happy you like this. You love this book. If this book is genuinely making you bawl your eyes out, I am honestly a little bit jealous because I wish I was emoting that much reaction out of me. And
I don't get it, but...
I wish but we can have that different opinion.
Yeah.
And I support your opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum.
Yeah. And I'm not here to say that your opinion is wrong. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be crying. I'm just saying I don't get it.
Right. Same.
But.
So that's our rant on Sunrise on the Reaping. Maybe we will be here next week issuing an apology because we're bawling our eyes out.
Maybe. I don't know. It does take a lot to get me to cry.
Yeah.
It really does. There's only like...
I normally would say same, but I'm 15 weeks pregnant and I literally cry over everything now, so...
I mean, I don't know. It's just... I think there's literally only been like 2 or 3 books that have gotten me to actually cry. Mm-hmm. And I am a hard-hearted Hannah. Like, it does take a lot to get me to cry. And I do read a lot of traumatic things, but it's like...
I'm the same, like, it is difficult for a book to get, anything to get me to cry, like, I'm not a crier.
Like, Kingdom of Ash, sad, didn't make me cry.
It did make me cry. The 13.
Still a great book.
Oh my gosh.
Still a great book.
I cried. Only during one part.
Yeah.
And I cry every time, and I called my mom this time, and she was like, Chrissy, you've read this like 5 times, why are you still crying? I'm like, because it's still sad.
It still makes me cry. Yeah.
That takes us into our current reads, though. So we're both obviously reading Sunrise.
Yeah.
But I am also starting
Under Your Scars.
Under Your Scars, thank you. And I'm just starting, so I have no opinion. I've read the prologue. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. So I will report back next week or 2 weeks from now and let you know.
Yeah.
I'll probably make a TikTok of me bawling my eyes out, because I want to be a stereotypical.
Yeah. Joe Arden does really well with the narration on it.
Yeah. Well, he's a piece of crap, but...
He is,
But he is a good narrator.
But he is a good narrator.
I hate saying that. Like, I don't want to separate the art from the artist or anything, because he's a piece of crap. But he is a good narrator.
Yeah, he is a good narrator, but he's a terrible person.
He is a terrible person.
And then I am also Sunrise on the Reaping, and then also doing The Truths We Burn by Monty J. It's the second book in the Hollow Boys series.
It looks like such a cute book. I was told not to read it.
It's a dark romance. So in the first book, you learn that one of the Hollow Boys' girlfriends was murdered, and they are actively trying to investigate how. They're just not, I mean, they're, revenge seeking and everything.
Yeah. Okay, when you describe books, I'm like, that does sound so good. But I know, like, I wouldn't ultimately like it. But, like, the overall plot, if it was, like, plot driven, I probably would like it. But
I mean, it is plot driven. I don't know. You could give it a try.
Maybe.
You could give it a try.
I have so many
It's
books
just
on the deck now.
The reason why I say you wouldn't like it is just because there is a lot of smut.
Oh, see? Yeah.
But it's the overarching book is plot driven.
Yeah.
But there is quite a bit of smut.
Yeah. I just skip that.
Yeah. But the first book, it's interconnected standalones. Follows
I
a
love
different
that.
Yeah, follows a different couple. So the second book follows Rook and Sage. Rook's a pyromaniac.
Ooh.
So
maybe I would like
yeah.
it. I love some fire.
Yeah, so he sets everything on fire.
Love
He's
that.
very emotional. He is physically abused by his father terribly. So we're looking at him actually taking joy in pain at this point. Like he's broken,
Yeah.
right? Like he's
Yeah.
a very broken person. So whenever like something emotionally devastating happens to him, he wants his friends to evoke like actual physical pain on him.
Sadist.
Yeah, very much a sadist.
Yeah.
And like some of the spicy scenes, he's like, make me bleed.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't like this book. Back to the not liking.
Yeah. That's like, you might like the first book.
Yeah.
I think you would like Rook, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. He like, I don't know. Like, and one of the boys, his dad is a convicted serial killer.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and we'll get his...
The good kind of serial killer or the bad kind
Like
of
the
serial
bad-
Oh, okay. Okay.
the bad kind of serial killer.
I like how that we read so much that we have to ask what kind of serial
The Ted Bundy kind of serial
no,
killer.
we don't like that.
And then we'll get his perspective, and then there's one of the other boys, his girlfriend gets murdered.
Okay.
Is schizophrenic. And she was like the only person that was able to kind of keep him in balance.
Okay.
So now that she's dead, he kind of,
Gotcha.
yeah, he's hard to...
Okay. Maybe I won't give it a shot, but it sounds really good for you.
Yeah. See,
And I support you.
Yeah. And this is why I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's a dark romance.
Yeah.
And, like, each boy has their own, like, deep-seated trauma.
Right.
But it's good.
Yeah.
Like, I thoroughly enjoyed the first one.
Yeah.
I think I gave it, like, 4 stars.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what we do. 4 stars.
4 stars. It's really good, and it's well written, and it is plot driven. It's just there's a lot of spice, and there's
I'm ready.
some dark themes. Speaking of dark themes, prepare yourself.
I'm tracking.
Yep.
You did give me a brief synopsis of Scars
yeah.
at Work. So I am tracking like a lot of. Actually, I think you were at like 50%. You had described a lot of it because thinking that I wouldn't read it.
Yeah,
So you actually gave
yeah.
me a really good.
I did.
Like synopsis of the first 50%. So I am going in with a like understanding what is happening.
Yeah. And
So I'm not gonna like be. It's only been 60 pages.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I do think you like going into it knowing what you're getting into. Like, I do think you'll like it.
Yeah. I do think I will also, especially if it made you cry hard that you're just staring at a wall for 15 minutes. So I'm ready. And
Yeah.
evidently, especially for a mom, is what I was told.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for that, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yep.
Yeah.
But until next time, keep questioning the things between black and white.